check. Check, check. Welcome back to the Sell and Go Cyber Games. Time now for Game 2 of MVP Phoenix versus Mineski. How are we doing? Winter, Danley, excited for game number 2?
Well, hopefully Mineski wins their lanes the next game, Parker.
You said it's the key thing for Mineski. Yeah. They didn't do it.
I mean, their lane setup was kind of weird, in my opinion. They could have laned it so many different ways, but they chose to have the Timber at top at... I don't know, I felt like the Jug should have been in one of the side lanes, so in case a lane swap had to happen, and the Jug could have just been easily paired with the support to kill the Drow.
All right, well, game 2 should be starting soon. The teams have had their breaks. Mineski can kind of think about some of the stuff they did wrong, whatever. Are you hoping for a game 3, Danley?
I'm pretty sure everyone wants to see a game 3. Everyone loves to see a full series. And I'm actually hoping that if Mineski can pick up their feet for game 2, it goes to show that they can compete with MVP Phoenix, because this is a team that's on a completely different level than the teams that they played yesterday. And it goes to show that we might have a new powerhouse in Southeast Asia, which could be Mineski. But they need to prove themselves first, and we are in game 2, and we've got a pretty well-developed draft already. We've got our one favorite combination here from MVP Phoenix. It's been the Shadow Demon Kunkka combo that we've been seeing all tournament, whereas Mineski, they pick up the big Ogre McGee themselves, plus a Bat Rider.
Look at that, Parker. First ban.
You're happy.
First phase draw ban.
All right.
That's normal. That's what I call normal draft.
All right. I'm slowly being converted. Don't you worry. The Ogre first pick has been a staple Mineski here to help them win the lane, so we'll see how that fares for them. But MVP, not a team that's going to run away from a fight. So if that Ogre starts running at them, you bet they'll run right back at him.
I mean, Shadow Demon Kunkka is a very, very good combination for obvious reasons. It's very easy for you to protect your carry. You have Disrupt, you have the boat. Pretty good setup for kills in the early lanes as well. And for, Bat Rider pairs very well with Ogre because of the Bloodlust and the laning phase as well. You can easily have a dual lane, Ogre plus Bat on the off lane to pressure if the enemy somehow has a very greedy lanes and not good tools to deal with the Bat Rider, then that could potentially happen when you have Ogre plus Bat Rider opening.
Right, we'll see what MVP's follow-up is going to be. Neither team really revealing anything too crazy with these opening picks. The kind of mids, the carry still yet to come as far as the two teams are concerned. And that's where you've got to imagine some of these bans will be targeted. The Timbersaw, the Alchemist so far banned out. MVP targeting a lot of their bans onto those kind of carries and mid-roll heroes that Mineski like to play.
You might want to ban Juggernaut as well, because as SD Kunkka, if the enemy does like a Jug mid, then you can't roam and pressure the mid lane. That could be a good option against SD SD Kunkka. So that could be a solution against the dual roam. Sometimes you don't want to have a mid that's so susceptible to ganks against SD Kunkka, so you don't have to always park a support in the mid lane.
Skywrath ban.
Yeah, it's for the Bat Rider. Like, good pairing with Bat Rider, good lanes, Skywrath Ogre.
Last ban from Mineski. Last game they banned out the PA. We'll see if they stick to that and take out one of QO's heroes, or if they head a different direction here with their 4th ban.
Another illusion hero maybe, because it's SD plus Kunkka.
That's true, yeah.
Probably not PA, I think, this game.
Like the Luna type heroes.
Yeah, Luna, even Terrorblade, because Terrorblade works very well with the boat from Kunkka. Because the boat keeps you low, then you can get a good Sunder off. So that's a good combination together, but the lanes are not that great. So if you go down that route, the Ogre plus Bat Rider could easily abuse the lanes with the right situation.
Lifestealer ban. And then immediate Void pick. So MVP going to pick up Velo's Faceless Void once again, sticking to their perhaps comfort zone, and well, nothing wrong with this hero.
Remember when C9 played, what was that event when they played?
5 seconds left now.
They Centaur every game. Like, you have a new player, he's confident in one hero, picking the same hero.
Hey Morty, guess what time it is? I don't know, Rick, what is it? It's reserve time!
Yeah, Void for now. So they've got good follow-up, a better follow-up this game than last with the Void, with the Kunkka, and even the Shadow Poison pretty good as well in the Chronosphere. We'll see what else they look to pair with the Void, if anything, or if they're just happy with what they've got.
Yep, for Mineski, it's all about looking to try and win their lanes once more. Like against SD Kunkka, you have to do
Dire
something
team
in the lanes.
pick.
You can't just let Kunkka, again, like I say, if you give Kunkka levels, the hero is just going to do a lot later in the game. So they're going to go for the save. You have the Prison for Chronosphere and the Prison for the Axe Mark, so you have a very good way of keeping your teammates alive.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
There's a time in the draft where MVP still can pick them.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
Not really any mids that necessarily stand out as being like, oh, this is an amazing mid to run against.
Hey Morty, guess what time it is? I don't know, Rick, what is it? It's reserve time!
pretty good with the heroes later, but doesn't win you the lane.
Could run a safe lane.
Wait,
Mirana.
the sniper pick by Mineski yesterday could actually work here for MEP. You could lane decent against the OD.
Okay.
Pretty good synergy with the Chrono.
That seems more like a QO hero. Kids QO drafting. So it's like a drafter thing to do. I'm going to pick myself sniper. Seems good. But MVP now going to shoot through some of that reserve time, see what they have.
Radiant team pick!
It'd be nice if MVP can grab something to throw into the Chrono. They do have the boat already, but having extra won't hurt.
Will be the Mirana. So
Okay.
throw arrows into Chronos. That's
That
SD
works.
Disrupt arrow, X-Mark arrow, Chronosphere arrow.
Oh man,
Sounds like a
Rick,
good
there's only
Mirana.
10 seconds left to
Can't
pick a
hit arrows
hero!
this game, You're doing something wrong.
Do we see the Mirana?
Yeah, there's
slash
5
the
seconds left
combination we
now.
saw yesterday, perhaps?
It's possible. It's possible for them. Or
Reserve
they could
time.
Even do Mirana, SD, and Conquer tri-lane together. If Mineski has a
Juggernaut.
They
So
probably
there are
had
a
to
lot of
leave because their
options
mom
with,
needed to get on
the
Facebook.
current
Dire
setup
team
of
ban!
Mineski. Sorry, MVP. So Mineski has to be really careful with their lanes. They can't really go for something that's too greedy yet. That's the jug that I mentioned, which is really good against the SD Conquer. They can't really gank you at the start of the game because
That one coming.
very difficult to gank.
Woo, Radiant team
You
ban!
have the Astro from the OD, so your lanes are fairly safe at the start of the game against the roam from SD Conquer.
We thought their lanes were safe last game though, so...
You know, but Dota is like, it doesn't always go according to
yeah,
plan. you know.
exactly.
That was the other hero I was looking at, being good against like the...
Oh man, Rick, there's only
the
10
Mirana
seconds
and
left
the
to pick a
Oracle.
hero!
Like being able to even just false promise off like a 5-second arrow. is
Yeah,
always
there's 5
very
seconds
handy
left
as well
now.
if someone
Fate's
gets
Edict,
disrupted.
you know, Fate's Edict, pretty good against the Aghanim's and the Bolt. Aghanim's
Well, what do you
gonna
know?
run the
It's
Bolt from
reserve
Conquer.
time.
Solid
Imagine-
damage.
I imagine Mineski was like, do we want the Jug or the Oracle? Because whatever they picked, the other was probably getting banned, so...
I would say Jug is much more important because there's not many carries that can actually survive the SD disrupt into Bolt, disrupt into Arrow Gang. So I think Jug is pretty much the only carry that can do that without a BKB.
Should, the Wraith King, you have 2 lives. You don't have to survive it when you come back from the dead.
Wraith King. Sure. Go ahead and pick Wraith King.
Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick him right!
My OD will be so happy. I'll be like, dude, OD, you got Life Seal. It'll be great.
I'm sure that's a legit strat, Tucker. So Mineski needing their last lane support.
Oh man, Rick,
Sounds
there's
like
only
the
10
Ruby
seconds
game
left to pick a hero!
Look at that hero, so many spells to
It's
stop.
not good against the Void.
5
like
seconds,
the-
Morty.
the-
It'll be fine.
Vengeful Spirit.
Decent. It's pretty good against the Chrono. Not that great. lane
Reserve
defense
time!
As well against the Void. As I said, Void is a very difficult.
Oh man, Rick, there's
offlane
only
to
10
zone.
seconds
You
left
need
to
like
pick a
that,
hero!
Like a Dazzle, something like a Dazzle to zone him all the time. Or Skywrath Disruptor.
Go,
these
Dire
heroes.
team! Pick him up! Pick him out!
Alright, the Weave not as important this game with no physical damage yet on MVP side, but Weave Edge, yeah. Got the swap save.
Yep, the
amplify your
swap for the
damage.
Chrono.
Minus armor as
But
well.
the lane is not that great though. Bench doesn't do very
Oh
well.
man,
against
Rick,
Void.
there's only
You don't
10
really
seconds
zone
left to
Void
pick a
very
hero!
well. Short duration stun, it means that he's always going to be able
5
to
seconds,
time
Morty.
bomb.
It'll be fine.
Damage unless you kill him. Stun, maybe Ogre roams around with his stun as well. Either way, if there's only 2 heroes, Bench and Jug in the lane, Void is going to get a whole lot from the offlane.
Ooh.
Big Weaver for
Good
Febby.
good laning hero as well. Like all the lanes are fairly strong. They might actually go tri-lane. Maybe not. Not sure. Because Void against Bad Rider is not that great. Bad Rider would win that lane.
We'll see how things unravel here with our game 2. It is MVP with a decisive game 1 victory, but liking Mineski's draft a bit better this game, would do.
Nah, I still like MEP's lineup more here. I think it's much easier for them to execute it this time. Mineski has much more late game this time. I'm gonna admit that if the game goes late, Mineski has a very strong
Oh man,
lineup for
Rick,
them,
there's
but
only
early
10
to
seconds
mid-game,
left to
not
pick a
sure if they can
hero!
actually survive that. And I feel like the Void
Yeah,
being able to
5
get a
seconds
lot
left
from the
now.
offlane would be very crucial for his team's success this game.
So there's a lot of elusive heroes for MVP as well. Mirana, Leaf, Weaver, Sakuchi.
They don't have like good lockdown for that apart from the Lasso, you know, so that's gonna be
Yeah.
an issue locking down all those heroes.
Huh,
And even if you
oxygen-rich
pass it one, you've got
atmosphere,
disruption,
giant
so
testicle
you've got
monsters.
3 heroes with a
We'll be
sleep spell
fine,
and
let's
a
party!
disruption as a backup plan, so to speak. We'll see game number 2, the lanes start to unravel here. Mineski down a game to even things up. Scatter the early TPs down bottom, prevent the wards coming out.
Now looking at the lanes though, it might actually just be, I guess Void offlane alone would be fine, and then they're just gonna try and get Conquer levels as the Weaver safe lane.
We'll see Jug go the mid build. Once again, Poor Man's Shield Miracle will be taken to the mid lane. He's the
Yeah,
one who's...
because you want a mid that can't get ganked by the roam, so junk mid against those is a very good option for Mineski here. They
Bottom
just
lane.
need to make sure they don't lose the lanes.
And the
And
bottom
then-
lane gets even easier.
Morty, I'm getting ready for the game to start.
That
30
is where the
seconds.
voice goes.
Oh, I'm scared.
He's pretty good against the point though, like you get the ult.
I guess you can steal his
That's
to
too
me.
early.
Oh, they got the time off onto the OD. He's going so dead. Allies are nearby. The shots are there. They're going to try and sandwich him in. The team fight is happening. Two-man torrent as well from the Kunkka. The OD's probably going to drop here, and he does go down. First blood. The spin coming through. That's going to be the
now it's
Faceless
on,
Void
baby.
dropping as well. MVP, they need to retreat. Look at Mineski. They're trying to go, but the torrent. Oh no, that caught out 3 heroes, and Mineski actually have the Weaver behind them, and looks like he's going to try to go for a steal onto the rune. No, he didn't.
He's going to go down there
Yeah.
for his...
Juggernaut got the bouncy rune.
So 2 kills to Mineski, and they got the bounty rune as well, but Void got the bounty rune at top.
Pure got first blood. That helps him a lot in the mid lane. Getting that fast bottle or ring of Aquila.
It's against a Jug though. Jug does. I don't think Jug minds that much. Mirana can't really push him out of the lane.
Yep.
If you have healing ward, you should always be fine in the lane against Mirana, unless you make a wrong step and you're lower than half HP, you get arrowed into Starstorm. Otherwise, you should be fine in that lane. And here we see a Bat Rider against Void. This is very Bat Rider favored, but Bat Rider does started his game with a boots, so that's gonna allow Void to have a much better laning presence. But like I said, they might go aggressive trialing this game with the SD and Kunkka.
Was MVP's decision to give the point as well. Again, it's kind of like, hey Velo, you can go deal with the a tough lane because we found a better lane to stay here.
Wouldn't say it's like, I mean, I would say the last game's lane was probably harder, but to get a torrent onto the OD here, just something like that, not going to be able to take him down. Hero that has a lot of armor at level 1.
This bottom lane looks like it's going to be difficult for Mineski though. OD and Vengeful Spirit up against Weaver, Shadow Demon and Kunkka. There's so much setup from MVP.
It's like very strong lanes, like you pick Weaver to win your lane, so right now MVP, understand from last game we won our lanes, that's why the game was so straightforward, we want to do it again. Mirana against Jug, I don't expect MVP to be able to win that lane, and the Void was Mirana. The other 2 solo lanes are not that great. We're getting run down here, but he should be fine here.
They don't have the best chase, honestly. They've got a little bit of harassment, but they don't have the same chase as
They need levels, so like
MVP.
once OD has more levels, then maybe they can try to go for a kill in this lane. But when OD is low level, the hero does not do so much.
Regeneration! Please, you'd like so. Some of our other lanes, Void and the Bat Rider.
Oh,
Just
he's
Void.
actually farming more again, like the last game. Like, wow, okay, Bat Rider's actually not winning this lane.
Spare
My
guy.
blade is swifter.
I mean, I expected it to be much closer because Bat Rider can't really deny the crease, but you can always have that kill potential on Void when the sticky napalm comes a lot. But overall, right now, Void is doing really well.
Oh, Radiant's middle tower is under
I
attack.
guess starting with boots as well, definitely the last hit.
They can find initiation here bottom lane.
Time dilation.
Just going to try and keep the Kunkka. Looks like Ryder's going to go down. Oh no, actually one more hit. They just need 1 hit. They can't get him. The Kunkka gets out. There's a big He's going to die instead. Shadow Demon sticking around. They're going to lose the Vengeful Spirit in a moment. Can the Shadow Demon get it? He will, and now it's going to be the OD by himself.
all
Weaver
gonna
is here, and
die.
he's going to go down. That is the tri-lane annihilated
This
by...
Kunkka
He is so good with his torrents. Like
Oh my
every single
God.
time he hits someone.
doesn't even need the disrupt to land the torrent.
Man, I'm glad Ryzen's back. This guy is making plays.
So Mineski, once again, having a tough time in all their lanes apart from probably just Jug having... Yeah, Jug is probably the one that has the most CS right now for them.
The OD's still maintaining some CS, but he's not getting as much. So
He needs a lot of levels as well after this.
Would you say that maybe the support should rotate out, just leave the OD there, maybe help the Bat Rider up top instead? Because if the OD needs levels, the supports are sapping a lot of that EXP.
Yeah, but Bat Rider should always be fine in that matchup though, 1v1. I'm not sure why Bat Rider's losing
The prize is mine.
right now. I think if the supports leave the OD, it will give OD a lot more experience, but at the same time, it's gonna make it a lot harder for him to farm as well because they just lost all their heroes there. So
They'll just dive the OD.
yeah, MVP is just gonna dive the game once any of the supports do other
Our
lanes.
fates were woven from the first.
And something we did highlight as well, I can't these against 3 heroes because of the poison spam. That's what
Oh,
actually-
Weaver. They even dusted for him.
That's a good step back into the lanes for Mineski, getting that key kill on Weaver. But they keep getting kills. So
Radiant's
they can
middle
actually
tower is under
help with the
attack.
levels not being enough on their heroes right now.
Hero mid is doing just fine, free farming away against the Jug, but both these two players getting ample amounts of farm.
It should be a very just farm lane one by let's make this thing.
Disruption off on someone. Look at everyone delta splitting from Mineski. They see them coming through. They're just saying no, but the X, the torrent. And I think this Ogre Miggy may be going down, and again, the Bugs is going to be chilling on his armor. He does get disrupted. Get Astral by that OD stun onto the Weaver. Can they kill him? No. It looks like Shadow Demon has isolated his allies. They're nowhere nearby the Conqueror trying to finish off the Ogre. They get the Ogre first, and then the Shadow Demon will drop in a moment. He does. He's still
Soul
here.
Catcher off, so this is a OD that's going to take a lot of damage if we can get back in.
Oh boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a void, it's a cooldown.
Needs to be in, we'll be in the fireplace.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's time dilation.
There we go. Finally, he'll commit it. The
Oh,
arrow.
Astral! Beautiful. That's going to keep his teammate alive. And all of a sudden, Veli's in a weird spot. He's got no man. He's got a little bit of HP, but everyone is completely disorientated. Conker's going to go down. He'll chase down the Weaver with the bat as well as the bench. Looks like he's going to Sakuchi out of there. Do they have dust? They're going to actually let him go as Veli's still sticking around. We've got 2 low heroes. This Ogre is going to go down. He does drop in the ODs by himself. Velo, we're going to man fight him. Can he get him? Astral is there. It looks like OD. Will he live? His poison up. Can he actually get it?
Oh, he missed the poison.
Oh no! He wants this kill so bad, but can he get it? He's so
Radiant's top
close.
tower is under attack.
Still got it, still worth.
He missed 2 poisons in a row, but he still got it.
It's all
Still
worth.
worth.
I'm watching him like, no, he missed 1. Oh no, he missed 2.
Oh,
Very,
Radiant's top
very
tower is under attack.
That was what, 5v5 in the bottom lane? Was there any hero that didn't show up to that fight? Jug showed up, Jug I didn't, he showed up at the end.
Classic MVP, you know, just run 5 heroes, 1 lane this early on when you have all the
Killing spree!
since they had a better laning phase in the bottom lane.
Well, they haven't pulled ahead as far as gold goes off of that, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, Omni
What
Slash
a
as well.
mess.
Gets a solo kill on the Conker.
here Mirana Invis being used, perhaps looking for an initiation on the mid lane. It doesn't. Oh, mid. Are we okay?
Mid? Okay.
So right now things stabilized. I mean, talked about the lanes being important for Winter. Do you think either team's coming out ahead of the laning stage?
After the last few exchanges.
bat.
Oh, disrupt.
Needs to go down. That's a soul catcher. Avoid.
Oh, it's just
Can they get the bat?
foresaw your death the moment you were born.
They've got the Juggernaut Miracle going to try and come to the rescue. Going to spin down to the run.
Radiant's
Impossible.
top tower is under attack.
Nurse is going to get her. Bat goes down. Mirana goes down as well. But now Miracle by himself against a Void and a
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Down with. They jump on top of him and they even commit the Chrono with this as well. So Miracle. Now know the Astral going to buy time. And the Jug's still sticking around. Does he have a spin available? Spin is there. Can they kill up Bella? He heals up just because of the Time Walk, and that looks like the Shadow Demon has gone uphill. Overstepped his bounce. He goes down. Jug doesn't drop, and looks like OD wants to commit onto Velo, but no. He's going to be fine.
Look how fun this Jug is suddenly. Getting a solo kill at bottom, surviving there, and getting a kill for his team. Miracle is
Back
pulling
to
ahead.
full.
The last few exchanges have been really good for Mineski despite having a lane phase. They got their key kills at mid lane.
In MVP style,
no
lose a hero or two, you just run right back at your opponents.
Maybe
his
not.
teammate saved
Here
him.
comes the backup.
Duo needs to commit to this one. Okay, barely gets the kill. Luckily, no uphill miss for him.
Now has the bat guy now. He really wants the Mirana. He
They're
kept
just
it, but was
Trading
that,
kill after kill.
Mega
that was
kill!
okay?
For MVP, that was good.
hand.
I mean, Kyo keeps dying. That's like a bit of a worry for them, but getting the OD and Bat there is
Yeah, but that
still
was
worth it.
what happened the last game as well. He got focused a lot, but his team was getting up the kills and
Another
Dire's
Omni
middle
Slash from
tower's
Jug,
under attack.
and it's
Ooh,
Miracle.
Dire, you gotta
So
fortify
more
them,
farm,
their
more gold.
structures. Good
the
work.
last game he had a very rough start. This game is much different from the last game. So even with the greedier lineup with much more late game right now, Mineski seems to be
Whoa, Dire's bottom tower's under attack.
probably not a battle free game. I think this game you just need to be able to fight early as the Jug with a Yasha, maybe drums or SNY. Just get more stats so you can actually survive the Chronosphere, allow your team to fight around it with the swap or the prison from the OD.
He picked up the Agi boot, so it will be at least a Yasha build up into
Yeah,
something.
you just need to like be tanky so you survive the Chronosphere and the combo from the board. Give your team enough time to come in to bail you out.
Smoke out from MVP.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Of
attack.
course, go on the offensive. Nothing new there. Chronosphere on cooldown for now, but yeah, we'll be up very soon.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Targeting the OG. They don't want to fight into this Jug. He's too tanky and hard to kill.
Right, here comes the Weaver TPing in as well. All the heroes are coming down to the bottom lane with
Oh, Moonlight
Moonlight.
Shadow as
Oh,
well
they
popped.
saw it though.
This is going to be a waste of Moonlight Shadow.
This is dangerous though. If MVP make a wrong move here, they would just lose control of the game. So they have to be
All Korea.
very careful with their initiation.
They do know there's no Omni Slash, which is perhaps why they're thinking they can get aggressive. And Juggernaut in the mid lane. Harass kind of low, but has a regen rune to play around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
blink though, just
It's just
not
going,
quite there. It's
Radiant
gonna be a
just
late
fortified
blink.
their
it's going early drops here
structures.
just to
You know what I'm
fight
talking
around.
about?
Because MVP's just constantly
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So you just need to be able to have cheap cost effective items to run around and help your
Dire's
team.
top
when
tower is under
they
attack.
dive, you have your tower.
Way to
Having that
go!
early
Radiant's
jump
bottom
really
tower is
helpful
completely
there.
gone. Dire's top tower is under attack.
To farm away in this mid lane, and OD abandoning the bottom lane will give MVP a tier 1 tower, but looks like a tower that they just
Dire's
couldn't
top
really
tower is under
defend.
attack.
Still,
I wonder what they're
we're
gonna
still waiting on
build
the Omni
where
side
Dire's
cooldown.
top
Oh boy,
tower
they
used to
decided
be.
to
Oh, not
invade
good.
the top lane, try and take a tier 1 tower of their own, as well as perhaps get some offensive wards up, take over the MVP jungle.
Could be seeing some action mid though, as you can see the supports on MVP. They're getting ready to take out this Juggernaut, but you can see
Radiant's
positioning
middle
here.
tower is
Miracle,
under
he
attack.
knows there are no heroes on the map. They're probably around the gank game, so he's just moving up towards the north to make sure that he's going to be okay.
And one thing that can kill him is the Chronosphere. The Chrono into Arrow is something he's got to really respect.
Well, if his team is nearby with the swap or the
Yeah.
prison, so he'll
They've
be
got
fine.
they've got 2 good Chrono saves, which is gonna really be to Mineski's benefit as this game goes on.
I mean, the thing about it is like they could
Dire's top
initiate
tower
with
is
the
under attack.
X-Mark or the disrupt, and then he can chrono the heroes behind, so to make life easier for the Void to find his targets. So that could
Dire's
be a way
middle
to solve,
tower is
that
under
problem.
attack.
Miracle going to be going up and knows there are heroes up
There's
there.
the bench behind him, that's why he takes so aggressive.
And as MVP also knows that, don't even
Dire's top
attempt to
tower
go
is
on
under
the tower
attack.
initially, but now that Prim with the Chronosphere, the Blade Fury's there, bench gets disrupted.
Killing
For this
spree!
one, the boat following up the disruption, they're going to go on 2 with the Chronosphere. Good start of the fight for MVP.
Very, very nice, taking out the bench, and all of a sudden OD is going to be able to get away. He is fast with that windlace, and all of a sudden here comes the turnaround, the TP in from the bat. He's trying to look for a lasso target, but he can't quite find
They have
anybody.
no detection there. Both their supports went down, so no detection
OD.
for Mineski.
Look at the Weaver. He wants to try and jump onto this OD. OD's trying to get away. He does have an Astral available if necessary, and looks like Weaver's just going to back out. Not going to go in too deep, is it? Just going to try and apply some damage to Miracle, but
They were super lucky they killed both the supports off, and none of the carries have any sentries. Otherwise, they would have been able to find a Omni-Slash target, maybe get a kill here and there. Yeah, really lucky. Yeah,
Unstoppable!
Accept your death.
Mineski
oh
gonna
my, that minus armor as well. Tower's lifted. TP coming through. This is going to be the Faceless Void. Chrono is not up yet. Is the Chrono coming up soon? We're actually going to be losing a lot of HP on the Faceless. He does back Sidewalk it out. The dust is going to
Double
blink
kill!
again. And the Kunka going to be dropping pretty low. The spin is there.
Killing
Heroes are still
spree!
sticking around.
Triple
We're actually going to go in for that Juggernaut if possible. He's actually going to be quite low. Kunka's trying to get out of there. They will get that Faceless Void. So no
Ultra kill!
Chrono for you. We're actually going to get The Weaver, the Cooker, and the Faceless Void, and the OD. There's a lot of heroes dying. It's a complete mess. The spin is followed through, and they actually get that complete team wipe on MVP.
That was
that's
such
a
a
QO
QO
play.
Yeah, that was such a QO play.
That was so
I was
like,
gonna say the
oh boy,
same
Dire
thing.
I'm watching
middle
like, it's like
tower's
3
under
heroes are
attack.
dead, 4 heroes dead. QO's just respawned. I'm like, okay, he hit an arrow. He
He's
leaped it.
jamming
He
right
leaped
here,
into
yeah.
4 heroes. Like, all right. That's
Dire's
the
middle tower's
50-50
under attack.
QO, you know? That was
so messy.
Well, the last game, it wasn't the other 50.
Oh boy,
that
Dire's
showed
middle
up, so
tower's
yeah.
under attack.
One more game.
we'll see. That's what we talked about. Going to a game 3 with the QO factor. Will it be the all-in, die by QO, live by the QO? Right now, it's looking good for Mineski here in game number
Yep.
2.
They have much better late game as well, I would say, with their lineup. Good save against the Chrono, so they have no issues taking this game late.
Mirana, the build-up towards that action is not really...
I mean, the last 2 fights was a big problem for them, though, losing the last 2 fights. If they would have done better, Mirana would have had an X probably around now, and that would be super good for MVP.
Not having to and also fighting without the Mirana. Definitely not what MVP wants to do.
This is a
middle
huge
tower's
catch.
under attack.
Beautiful Chrono coming in from Villa. They fought through the boat, the torrent. Oh my god, the vent spell. Next is going to be the OD gets bashed up.
middle tower's under attack.
They will finish him off. The TP coming through from our
Monster
back line. Does it really want to go with them? It's actually going to be a complete 3 versus 5. They need to retreat. The spin coming through. They're going to get the void. Velo drops. They're going to keep on chasing Shadow Demon, popping the wand. Not going to be enough. The arrow lands. No, it doesn't.
Dire's
The
top
Omni
tower's under
sections.
attack.
And that's going to be 3 heroes dead. Trying to Sakuchi out of there. The Weaver should be fine. The Mirana has already retreated up north. Is the Weaver fine? Looks like he's going to be okay. It was nighttime. They did not see him scurry into the tree line.
Miracle's just so fun. They take that fight 5-3.
Oh boy, Dire's bottom tower's
It
getting
was
hit.
like Chronosphere down, boat down, so all the big ultimates have been used, but Mineski just understanding that with the Jug in the position that he's in, they can still take that fight, even having lost the OD as well as the Venge initially.
Yeah, and the Disrupt on the Void probably killed him as well. He wasn't able to get out, and they wasted one ability early in the fight when Void wasn't in trouble, so MVP, they're definitely not having a very good fight. Despite having a good Chronosphere to start the fight off.
Oh jeez, Morty, they're going after Dire's bottom tower.
Well, QO at least getting some alone time to build that Aghanim Scepter of his.
It's gonna be super late
Those
though.
little
It's
rascals are hitting Dire's bottom
Maybe
tower.
minute
Oh, Radiant's
Day
top
one.
tower is under attack.
20 sounds
He
about.
was just, like, he was only 600 or 700.
What's the matter with you? You
was
just
it?
Yeah,
Dire's
just
bottom
lucky.
tower's destroyed. Oh, Radiant's
next
top
minute-
tower
next
is under
1 or 2
attack.
minutes will be there.
Yeah, if he gets this tower, he may actually have it.
Oh, Radiant's top tower
Good
is
news for MVP,
destroyed.
but bad news is what they're giving up elsewhere, and as well as these fights. Jug gets another tower. He finds themselves giving up potentially a
Oh,
Roach
Radiant's top
Still no
tower is under
Chronosphere
attack.
available, but with the Mirana showing up top lane, it doesn't really look like MVP is running competitive, but rather...
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I want to say as well, the save
Oh
Grace
man,
on
what?
safe and
Get up
fast
on
because
out of
they've
here,
got
because
so many
Radiant just
heroes that sort
fortified
of
their structure.
Re-rotate everybody. You've got the healing ward from the Jug. You've got the swap in case someone gets stuck. You've also got the Astral from the OD. There's so much of the enemy that's great for sustaining, keeping people alive, whereas for MVP, they don't have spells like that. I feel like that's something that is really hindering MVP in these fights now because they've lost a few too many fights now.
They lost the fights because of that. They didn't position themselves better and they made bad decisions. They won their lanes, yeah sure, but when they were taking fights, they did not play as well as the lanes. And with their lineup, like I said, Mineski has much superior late game, and if you mess up the team fights, you're gonna be in a whole lot of trouble against Mineski's lineup.
So if you're MVP, you take some time to slowly start building some of those items up on the course for MVP. They've got the Ags on the Mirana, which is fine,
They
but
have to,
the
they have to
Weaver's
farm
not.
some items and then take a fight ASAP. They cannot just keep farming. Like, get one item on each hero, like any important item, you can wait for that, and then after you get that item, you have to fight. You can't just like farm out the whole way this game. I don't think they can win if they just play a farm game. They're just gonna get outscaled by Mineski.
You can also say that high ground's going to be a problem for MVP if they eventually reach it. They've got Chrono, but outside of that, how do they go high ground safely?
I mean, they have pretty good catch if they are unable to go high ground. That's good news for them in that regard. If they can't end the game, they can still afford to catch, but they need to be in a good position. They need to be able to win fights, control the map, get a gem force the enemy, keep them in their base, and try to use their heroes to catch them out. But if the game still drags on to a later portion of like 40-50 minutes, it's going to be really good for Mineski though.
Mineski with an Aegis may look to continue to have things go their way. If they can find a fight, start pushing and taking some objectives, I imagine they'll be very interested
Radiant's
in doing
bottom
so.
tower is under attack!
A lot of
Dire's
heroes
middle tower
clustering
is
around
under
this mid lane.
attack.
It's going to be a smoke plate camping behind this OD. Perhaps something that will be apparent to MVP, who probably have no interest
Radiant's
in
bottom
fighting into
tower
this
is under
Aegis.
attack!
I love how they speed up the back. It just helps them maneuver around fine. Time speed doesn't matter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack! Oh boy, somebody called trouble because
Dire's
he's here
middle tower
already!
is under attack. Oh, Bad Rider.
Actually found the shot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack!
3 so far, but the disruption not going to be doing too
That's
much.
his
Probably
bleed.
Greenlight Shadow. Can they kill the Void? Time walks into the tree line. They need to find him. They need to get there with the Bat Rider. They will cut through the trees, but up top, look at
Radiant's
what
top
MVP is
tower is
doing.
under
They're actually
attack.
buying time in that bottom lane so that the Mirana and the Weaver can push up top. We've got a TP coming through from Miracle. The Bat Rider's here. They need to get a kill from this because they're just lost
That's
in
his
power. The Weaver's going to be
bleed.
able to walk away. 3 heroes are dead for MVP. Was that worth it? The bat's really low. Is he dying? No, he's not. Oh, looks like the Weaver's gonna die. He tried to kill him. Oh, MVP.
I think he was fine though.
They
He
did
time-
chop the tower.
he time-lapsed better in. Oh
He
my
thought the Jug was going to chase him and then he time-lapsed back in. Awkward.
Well,
What are
that
your
was,
thoughts on that? That was weird.
I mean, if they didn't lose the Weaver, it would be still alright, acceptable. But
Spoil that shot.
it was really bad for MVP. They were in a position where they felt like if we take a head-on fight against Aegis, we would probably lose the fight, so they were trying to split them up.
Oh boy,
see
Morty
a
looks
Virtue
came back.
onto
I
the
guess their
OD.
little disconnection.
Doesn't
was
seem
just
like
a
he cares, though.
minor
He's just, like, going in
inconvenience.
He's not afraid. Mineski understand that at this point of the game, they are much, much stronger than MVP.
It's a godlike Miracle leading the charge
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
down this mid lane.
That force
Something
field
MVP
leads me to
did
believe
not
that
have a good
Dire
answer
just
to.
fortified their
Link on
structure.
the OD. Oh god.
Oh boy,
No one
Dire's
wants
middle
to move
tower
our
is under
OD,
attack.
but look at how safe Mineski is playing this. They're sending out the
Dire's
OD
middle
first.
tower
They've
just
got
took a
everyone
big
behind him on the
beating.
high
It's
ground.
gone.
Just waiting in case someone on MVP decides to jump on him, but they know it's a bait. This tower's gonna go down for sure. This Weaver though, he's only got the Perseverance and the Dragon Lance. It really doesn't feel like
I was meant to have
he's able to accomplish
this.
much for a while.
Yeah, the pick hasn't really worked out for me. It did what it was meant to do in the laning stage, but they just didn't transition well out of the laning stage. Like they got those, they had the 3 kills early on, but
It was the fight after they faced the bottom fight where they lost all their heroes and
Yeah.
Juggernaut rotated. That was the biggest fight that I can put in this. Despite being very early, because MVP were winning their lanes. When you win your lanes and you give up kills, you're going to give a lot to your enemy.
Oh gosh.
whoa.
That's not a kill that should have happened.
They used the
Savior Mineski comes in now to 1,000 gold streak.
Come and see this.
No, Febby thought he was safe. He was invis.
Oh, the
He gets
arrow lands
lassoed.
though.
And it looks like he's gonna die. He does end up dying, and all of a sudden you get a torrent onto the OD. Everyone is here, 4 versus 4.
Double kill!
And it looks like everybody on Mineski, they're losing
Good time
HP.
ups back in though.
Oh, the
after going
OD.
back.
OD is so low. So low. The bug is almost killing him, but
Dire's
forced
top
out
tower
of
is
there, but
under
he does
attack.
eventually die to the Mirana, and it looks like it's going to be a disaster here for Mineski. They're going to lose the Ogre as well. 4 heroes dead. The
Dire's
only
top tower is
survivor
under attack.
It was a really good
Revenge.
buyback from Weaver. Like, knowing you could buy
Radiant's
back
bottom
and then
tower
pull
is
HP
under
out to
attack.
time-lapse.
Man, you might as
that
well
with
save that
MVP
energy
the fight.
because Radiant just fortified their
That's what
structure.
Dire's
Dire's top tower is
looking
under
for,
attack.
Just killing off the Juggernaut first and then being able
Radiant's
to pick off
bottom tower is under
the rest
attack.
of the team by just going for an instant Moonlight Shadow.
Couldn't do
and
much
scouting
about
out with
Radiant's
Febby.
bottom tower, could you?
Winter, you talked about sometimes with Mineski, you see the inexperienced show. Where you see this the leaks.
That was like kind of an exception because of the buyback with the Weaver. And I mean, they took a freebie. They thought it was a freebie. It came out, so yeah. This is a bit different from the previous situations that we talked about.
Well,
You just want to blame them, Parker.
no, I was asking you whether that is an example of some of Mineski's mid to late game mishaps, but it was a acceptable loss fight then. It sounds like you're saying.
Velo. Gosh, look at all the blink daggers being picked up. One on Velo, one on the Shady as well. 2 blinks for MVP. That's actually going to help them when it comes to...
He messed up his initiation there. He was supposed to be able to grab the Weaver there.
They found the Urga. Yes. Gonna commit the boat as well. They're gonna apply the extra damage as well. This Urga.
Killing spree! Axes, pleased! Double kill!
The Chrono too. Oh my goodness, I've actually caught a lot of Mineski heroes off guard. They actually got completely caught. Oh wow, that's 2 heroes dead. Batman's trying to get out there, but the blink forward from the Void. He's actually looking for Jug if they can. Do they have to come out with an arrow? Omni Slash there to buy some time and do damage. Does he kill anyone with this? They're actually going to grab a kill onto the Morana. She's going to go down, gets hit too many times with the Omni Slash. Miracle gets out safely. Blasto from the bat. They want the Shadow, even a small, easy pick off, but looks like the bat might die instead. The disruption going to bide some time. Shadow Demon walks out free. Bat going to die here in his own base from the Torrent. We're actually going to go down to Miracle in the meantime. Oh geez, what a bloodbath. 3 for 3.
That was really good for MVP, that ended up not being so great.
Game of dives, you know.
And now we have a blink on Miracle.
Too much dives. The start of the fight was okay. Then they kept chasing for a kill that was not worth it.
Yeah, well, it started with the QO leap in. He leaped in, got Omni Slash. It was fine
It
until...
always starts with QO diving.
It was fine until QO dived. I feel like that is a recurring theme with MVP. You can see the swing, it's gone back MVP's way, but QO leaping it. They had 3 heroes dead and lost next to nothing. And then they end up losing the Void, Morana, and Weaver.
Yeah, like I said with the lineup, if they were to go into the mid-late game, they have to rely on all this catch that they have. They're being more mobile on the map with their heroes. So that actually allowed them to get that initiation, but they just needed to back off when they get the kill. Don't give anything back after you have taken it.
Look at everyone from Mineski. They want Kyo so bad. Can they get him? Oh, he blinks out.
He might still be dead though.
He does not have leave and the swap, and that's going to be a dead Morana, although he does a lot of damage to the Urga.
Kill all
the rest.
things.
Yeah. I'll second that one. This has not been Kyo's game.
I mean, right now, I think for them it's like the same thing again. They need to just
Axes, pleased!
Boat lands. Conqueror going to be helping out Conquer himself, trying to outrun Miracle. It looks like he will still drop down, move forward, and it's really tanky. He's actually on the top.
The run with the armlet toggling.
Very, very key play.
Where are you going, mate?
He's trying to play some wards, split push. That's what you do when you can't take a fight.
Road respawning in a minute. Jug will check it out, but won't find it there. That means MVP will be back alive for this. We talk about like QO not having a good game, MVP being very sloppy, but this game, they're not out of it yet. This is still a very winnable game for both teams.
I would say it's much more difficult for MVP compared to Mineski.
Yeah.
In the team fights, especially with their heroes. If they do everything correctly and no one dies in the corner because of the swap or the prison from OD, then the fight should be very one-sided for Mineski. But if MVP somehow gets a big chrono to like at least 2 to 3 heroes, then it's harder for them to win the fight. They don't need a big chrono, whereas for Mineski they just need to shut themselves
Axes, please! Double kill!
Morana's be the first one to run into everybody, leaps into the fray. The Chrono going to connect onto the entire team of Mineski.
Killing
spree!
Triple kill!
They actually lost 2 already. It's got to be the Morana as well as the Void. There wasn't enough damage
Radiant's
for
middle
up, and now
tower
they
is
have to
under
retreat.
attack.
Look at the bat. He's looking
Radiant
for his target.
just
He's got no
fortified
lasso,
their
but just going to go for the
structures.
napalm.
You know what I'm talking
OD
about?
wants that kill. 3 dead for MVP. And where
Dyer's
is
bottom
Femi?
tower's
He's in the
under
middle
attack.
lane trying to take down a tower. But MVP, they are just melting to Mineski now.
Oh boy, Dyer's bottom tower's getting hit.
Their spells.
Ooh, Dyer, you gotta fortify their structures. Good work.
3 heroes though.
Does it look like maybe MVP started to run out of
Poor
gas?
Raptors are
They
hitting
can't
Dyer's
use
bottom
It was a good
tower.
chrono, but they couldn't
Oh great,
finish anyone.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Everyone
got
was like
destroyed.
I said, if you're Mineski in this game, you just need to build stat items, make yourself tanky. You don't die in the chrono, you're just gonna win the fight.
The Weaver just doesn't do any damage.
Let me tell you that Roshan, he just delivered a bunch of goodies to the Radiant.
to follow up the chrono on any of the targets.
I mean, either way, that fight was just very
GG.
difficult. Yep, shows
All
how.
right. Oh, no. Come on, Ninja Boogie, don't question mark. Don't question mark MVP. Well,
He was trying to save the Roshan timer partner.
with his chat wheel.
Yeah, some players do that. You set the timer on the
Okay.
chat wheel.
Never
Rather
set the
than
timer
the
next to
clock
GG
thing.
though.
I do you click the clock.
Yeah, I do that too. Just to avoid complications like that.
Whoopsie. His Roche timer is right next to the all chat GG.
I mean, a lot of players use the chat wheel for the Roshan timer. Okay. I'll be honest with you.
Not just
Understood.
Roche. A lot of people use it for GG.
Mind games. Lincoln Sphere now on Weaver. Will help against the Batrider catch, but
Doesn't help against the lack of damage though.
no, it doesn't help against that.
What would you say is an item that would be something that MVP will be considering right now for that damage?
It doesn't really matter though. I
Doesn't
think.
really matter?
Yeah, because Weaver is not meant to be this far behind. He can build a Deso Maelstrom, but I mean, I can see why he wants the Lincolns because he's just so vulnerable in the fights. But it doesn't really solve all his problems right now. He's gonna be much harder to lasso, but he's not gonna deal enough damage for the Chronosphere. But if he builds damage right now, he's very easily targeted by that. So I can understand his decision here, but it's just gonna be not enough for their situation.
Oh
right
boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
MVP looking for pickoffs now. I think much better approach rather than the team fight is to find those pickoffs, but
Dire's top
whether or not
tower is under
Mineski will
attack.
present them. Right now,
Radiant's middle tower is under
grouped up
attack.
together. Top lane.
Oh, Radiant's middle tower is
Everyone's
destroyed.
just pushing. I've probably got a whole bunch of Mineski down bottom. There's a whole team of MVP. No one really.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'd say if you're Mineski though, you'd be more comfortable with that map because you know
Let's go
you're
for a
stronger
round.
compared to it.
Yeah, but then
Radiant's
Dragon
bottom
kill!
tower, come on,
Axes, please!
get with it.
The carry because MVP has really good catch.
Oh no, they found the Weaver. It's actually Sakuchi, but no. Yeah, unfortunately, time lapse.
Radiant's
bit too
bottom
early,
tower
and
is
just
under
gets
attack.
Instantly locked down by that.
Dire's middle
lasso.
tower is
All
under
of a sudden,
attack.
Just look at Mineski, just straight down the middle
Oh,
lane.
man,
the Weaver's
what?
dead.
Get up on outta
Looks like
here, 'cause
MVP's gonna
Radiant
try
just
and go
fortified
for
their
a backdoor
structures.
in that
Dire's
bottom
middle
lane, but
tower is under
does
attack.
Mineski care?
High ground. They might have to. On the high ground, damage to tier 3 towers.
Unstoppable! Axes,
There's a
please!
lift, though.
Yeah, OD's going back to defend. He'll Astral up Mirana. Torrent will land.
Oh,
back at
Radiant's
bottom.
bottom tower is under
Axe is
attack.
going to be double kill!
That's a lane wall defense.
Dire's middle tower, it's
Oh,
gone.
no.
Dire's
Oh,
middle
Velo,
barracks are
Velo.
really getting
And Velo
plunged
is now going
in
to die.
a sea of abuse.
Oh, it's 3 heroes down, and look at mid lane, because got Miracle doing whatever the hell he likes with the bat as well. Look at Miraculous going down, it's just the supports here for MVP. If there's no core, Miracle has nothing to fear. MVP at this point is getting completely outplayed, outfarmed,
Killing spree! Axes, please!
The Drax is so going down. They even bring in the support just to kill them off. Very nice. Doesn't keep him alive though. Do they commit? They're going all the way through. Kunka's dead. Weaver's come back.
Dire's
Shady
middle
King
barracks
looking
are
really low. Oh, he's
disappeared.
died.
Oh boy,
Found just in time,
my
gets
goodness
the
gracious.
disruption
No,
as
Dire's
well.
middle
Kunka
barracks.
brought back
That's what I
as
call
much
teamwork.
as possible. OD though looking a little bit too tanky. So is Ogre, so is Bat. Everyone to the side of MVP confined to their
Dire's
own
top tower is
mountain.
under attack.
Raxes are going down. Look at Miracle straight from
Dire's
that
top
top
tower's
T3.
fallen.
This might just be it for MVP. They're slowly restoring the cores. Are back. Can they make this
Dire's
defense
top
up?
barracks
Just
are really
taking
taking a whip him.
So
Feels
they're
like they don't
playing
even care.
Double
Monster
That's
kill!
not the chrono you want.
Unstoppable! Triple kill!
Dire's top barracks are
Once
getting
again.
hit.
As MVP.
Being chopped down and looks like
Axe is
everyone
going
trying
to
to
be
go for buyback.
ultra
3 dead
kill.
so far. That's 4.
Dire's top
Hasn't even
barracks
just
are
fought
really
back.
Radiant
Really
win!
Miranda.
Radiant's
GG, well
victorious!
played. We
John
are going
Point.
to a game 3 between MVP versus Mineski.
A strong performance from Mineski, a bit more what we expected from them in this series. It was a slow game 1, but game 2, they didn't win the lanes necessarily, but they took the fights they needed to in the mid game.
Would you also say that contributing to their victory was that one 5-man wipe just after the laning phase?
Yeah, that was actually pretty big because MVP won the lanes and they were supposed to go into that fight with an advantage to win that fight, but they lost that fight very badly. So to me, that was like their biggest problem in this game.
MVP had their chances still, even with
Why they wanted to pick a core that can actually pressure the lanes, but it was just the execution after a bad decision. Didn't win that team fight where they were in a huge advantage, and you just lose the game.
Yeah, you couldn't scale. There was no chance for them to really just have that Weaver sit back and farm while the rest of the team decide the team fight. So he was stuck on items. He didn't really progress.
Do you think either team has looked stronger with the way they've won? Like going to game 3, do you give either team a small edge, or do you think it's really anyone's game still? I mean, it's obviously anyone's game. They both won a game.
Probably Mineski. I think Mineski is the better team, and the game that they lost was because of like bad decisions in the lanes. And I mean, overall, if you talk about the team, I think Mineski is the stronger team, but MVP just won because they had a better strat in the first game.
Okay. What are your thoughts going into game 3, Danily? You liking Mineski as well, or? We haven't seen a draft or anything yet.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I mean, you guys should be on the MVP train.
Well,
we
fellow
believe in Kira.
Aussies.
You're just like swiping us over.
You're deciding for us. Here we go. All right. Winter can do the analysis for all 3 of us in different forms. So you're saying Mineski over there, MVP for her, MVP for me.
I should move that way.
Yeah, to save. You're on the wrong side here, Danily. Come on. But we're going to have a break and we'll come back and we'll have game 3, the decider here. Both best of 3s going the distance. It's a great day 2 here at the Selangor Cyber Games, the MPGLSeason Championships. Don't go anywhere. Game 3 between MVP and Mineski coming right up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3, the decider between MVP Phoenix and Mineski. It's happening. One of these two teams will get one step closer to the trophy you see in front of you. They'll be in the top 3. They'll be in the winner bracket final. Execration is awaiting the winner of this series. Much easier road to go through the winner bracket. You don't want to drop down. Play some best of ones later on today. It'll be a long day. For the loser, you have to play the last match. So both teams will be looking for that win. It's been a tough best of 3 so far, and excited for Game 3, Winter?
Yep, lanes, as I said, very important in Dota. Win your lanes, win the game.
Nothing else to it.
I mean, of course there's other things like execution and team fight, but you can see these two teams, they really put a lot of focus and emphasis on how they're going to lane, how they're going to win their lanes, how they're going to rotate their supports to make sure that all
Reserve
lanes are
time!
gonna counter.
Oh, dire
and
team
Darryl,
ban!
as far as looking at Game 3, any players that have stood out for you, like who would be key players that you may want to shut down, or that you feel have really need to step up?
Oh
like
man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
At Game 3?
We all know poor Kyo is going to have a really tough
5
time.
seconds, Morty.
But I saw
It'll
last
be
game,
fine.
poor
Okay.
Kyo.
So he
completely
needs
shut
to do
down.
better in Game 3.
It's not that he needs to do better. Maybe his team needs to think about Kyo a little bit more and help him out. He is a really, really great player.
Radiant team
Well, you guys
ban!
can help him out, you're all Aussies. You know, give your fellow
I'm
Aussie a
just
shot.
chancing. Not much I could do other than just give him I mean, his team are giving him a talking to, so.
Dire team pick.
I will say maybe MVP needs to also consider Miracle. Miracle's been getting away with all that he wants
But
so
they do
far.
have the drow though.
They have the Drow.
There we go.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero! Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Well, what do you know? It's reserve time.
Or do you think it wasn't that obvious? Because I mean, Game 1 it was the third pick.
You can see how much they value the hero. They third picked the hero in the first game, but second game when they didn't have first pick, they immediately banned the hero out.
Yeah.
So from the first 2 games, I think you could tell MVP really prioritized the hero. And in this game, I mean, for me, I'm not surprised they snagged the hero right away.
Yeah, and Mineski probably thinking they're either going to first pick the Drow or maybe first pick the Void, and then Mineski would get the Drow. But either way, it's something Mineski had to be confident going up against because they left in the pool. We'll see here what QO looks to draft around this. Visage is still there. Another mid-Visage. Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that again. That was definitely just a
one-time thing.
one-time thing, yeah.
I'm
Say
with
that
you.
now.
I'm with you, darling. It's not going to happen.
Non-believers.
Come on,
Really
Radiant
don't like
team,
the
you gotta pick him right.
I mean, it's a good, it's a weak hero in some way. I mean, he still needs some help in certain areas, so he used to be really good.
He's a fun hero. He has so much burst damage potential. Hey, he's good against Alk. Come on.
Late game secured Alchemist as the
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
push out the lanes.
Did you respond
Yeah,
to this?
there's
if
5
you're
seconds
MVP
left
by
now.
just going for
More late game.
Push, well, no, push. Early game. Come on, Winter. Get on the same page.
Reserve time.
You would make a good teammate. You just want to pick more. What? You pick like a Morphling or something? More illusions?
Why not? Like pick Naga, maybe?
I think Naga's banned by MVP. Be banning
Yeah,
Naga.
Naga
so
should be
I
banned.
think it was first banned by them.
Every team bans.
Go,
them.
dire
Up
team.
against
Pick him up.
Mineski.
Pick him out.
It was banned in the first stage, but.
So you want
So
to
your
push.
two options is more late game or more push, I guess.
I mean, MVP usually only pushes with Warlock though. Like other than that hero, they usually just like try to keep running at you and fight.
Oh man,
They
Rick,
try to
there's only
pressure
10
you
seconds
in a
left to
different
pick a
way, not
hero!
pushing your towers, but trying to always force you to
Let's go.
try to steal your stacks as Alchemist.
Radiant
you
team
wanna
pick!
get all your juicy stacks early, so probably looking to do that, fight around the timings where you see Alchemist missing, try to ward their jungle, try to steal his stacks.
I thought about this when I saw the AA ban, but then they pick Alk, and I'm like, okay, they pick Alk. They're not going to Husker as well.
Oh
No, they will
man,
Husker
Rick, there's
as
only
well.
10 seconds left
No
to pick a
AA
hero!
for MVP.
Maybe after seeing the Oracle on MVP, they're like, oh, MVP is going to do
Oh, dire
Husker,
team
we have
ban.
to pick it to try and stop them from getting it.
Husker and Drow together? I guess you could send
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
You could send Husker mid
Husker
against
Drow
Alk.
is super good together.
Oh, Visage again. We're
You
wrong.
non-believers.
It's going to be a support message. Come on.
I mean, it's
Oh
still a
man,
message.
Rick,
You
there's
gotta
only
wait for
10
last
seconds
game.
left to pick a hero!
Have to wait for last pick.
But still, the Husker pick seems
5
like you
seconds,
just
Morty.
want to
It'll be
stop,
fine.
MVP from getting it.
I mean, Visage is decent.
Hey, Morty,
against
guess
the
what time
Husky,
it
get
is?
some
I
more
don't know,
physical
Rick, what
damage
is
in
it?
there.
It's reserve time!
They're pretty good, like you. If you ask me, they're pretty good heroes against Huskar. Axe is very good against Huskar with the Culling Blade. All in all, I do not see the Huskar being a huge problem against MVP.
What's he holding up on his phone there? Up to shenanigans. Well, right now, you can see Mineski there.
Woo,
This
Radiant
is the
team
Mineski
ban!
classic, the Huskar. This is what got them on the competitive radar going back to the Frankfurt Major when they caused upsets there in their group stage
So I guess you ban the Dazzle now, pretty straightforward.
for an MVP.
Yeah, that's like.
Oh man,
the last
Rick,
few
there's
of
only
them.
10
Unless
seconds
they're
left to
picking
pick a hero!
Mid-visage.
But there's an axe though. Why would you pick Dazzle?
It's just to make their lineup work.
Radiant
Like,
team
either way.
pick!
Guess so.
Could Winter Wyvern. That was the other
yeah,
hero
why
he
was
used to
it?
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's also deep push. Deep push and good at protecting. Oh, I mean, not. It's pretty good against protecting Huskar, but
Still gonna ban the Dazzle. It seems like because that hero is probably the strongest for the lane, like to secure the lane with SD.
Oh, man,
Dazzle.
Rick, there's
Even
only
though it's
10
up
seconds
against
left to
the
pick a
Axe,
hero!
It wouldn't be so useful, but your laning phase is gonna be
5
very
seconds,
strong.
Morty. It'll be
now we'll
fine.
find out. The Visage, is it going mid for QO again? Is it a support?
Nah, Q is not gonna play it again. Come on.
Reserve
You're
time!
just Winter. Winter. If you embrace it,
Come on, Dire Team,
it
pick
will
it,
not
pick
be
it good.
a QO visage. You have to embrace it.
Okay, Q is gonna play Visage this game. Parker.
Good. We're on the same
There we
page. You're a very
You have
good.
something in common now, not just the glasses.
Oh my, he's still gonna. He's still.
No, it's a mid.
It's
Don't worry
okay.
about
No,
your
mid
Oh man,
Enchantress.
Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
Well, mid Oracle though.
Man,
Have
what-
you not
what's
seen
wrong
mid
with-
Oracle?
5
What's
seconds
wrong
left
with
now.
mid Enchantress against Alchemist? You have to heal and you keep harassing him with your right clicks.
mean,
You're pathetic right
You
clicks.
have you have Drought Aura.
That's
You know, that's the same reason why Visage mid is good this game and Enchantress mid is good this game.
But Visage has like no armor early though. Like I don't
Against
know.
Acid Spray, it's actually kind of rough. But last pick Mirana for Mineski.
So SD, Mirana, dual roam,
QO.
Huskar, Alchemist, Void. I mean their strat is pretty solid here, but MVP have very good lanes. So they have a support Enchantress and a draw aura on their team, so they're gonna roam around. I would say their early game should be stronger here, so MVP has to get a lot of work done in the early game. If they don't get a lot of work done in the laning phase with the Enchantress and the Precision Aura, mid-game, late game is just going to be all Mineski's favorite.
No, it's almost similar to game one in that way, where Mineski need to practice. Oh, I guess
Wait.
game one it was
Oh,
more
man,
about
Let me
Rick,
survival.
there's
ask
only
you,
10
mid
seconds left to
Huskar
pick a
is just
hero.
gonna destroy Visage, right? If you go
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be
Well,
fine.
Who can mid up against the Huskar this game then? There's no
Yeah.
heroes that can comfortably mid versus
Draw
Huskar.
mid against Huskar is pretty decent. I don't think you lose the lane. Like I
If
think
the
Vi-
Huskers mid, you need to like send Enchantress creeps
Huh.
there as soon as possible.
Oxygen-rich atmosphere.
That is a
Giant testicle
I mean,
monsters.
Very bad
the safest
We'll
choice
be
would
fine,
just
let's
assist,
party!
Like Alchemist mid,
Yeah.
and then Huskar safe lane, I guess.
I mean, I think both can do fine. Alk, you can get poor man's shield and just drop your acid spray,
Yeah.
but
So it's harder for the Enchantress to gank you, but Huskar you can dominate the lane, but Enchantress can easily gank you.
yeah. Looks like Alk is for now heading down the mid lane. Yeah, there's the poor man's shield,
Yeah.
so will likely be the Alk there and the Huskar gearing up to go towards the safe lane. Huskar better against the Axe if you send Alk top.
Oh,
the
if Axe is going to the off lane,
Yeah, he's going to the Iron Talon lane, let's be honest here.
Iron Talon lane. Wow, I didn't know you call it
Oh,
the
he's not? No, he's not. What am I talking about? Has his ring of protection, but
He's gonna try. So he's gonna try and fight with the Enchantress going
yeah.
to his lane.
okay.
So that's how they're gonna look to approach this game. Try to put
30
pressure
seconds
on a
to
safe
game
lane,
start.
Try to stop Huskar from getting to his early armlet timing.
I mean, that's a Shadow Demon Mirana though, so going to the lane until the Enchantress gets there is near impossible.
Yeah, he needs to get. I mean, if he gets a really good creep, I could see them trying to play around the laning phase. But if the camps are blocked or he gets a bad creep, then the Axe would probably have no chance in the lane at all.
Windlace Drow Ranger.
Good Windlace, good item.
Well, there's that
Parker.
pesky
Don't
horn.
You buy Windlace in your games. Confirm, not
Yep.
Windlace.
Time is money.
Reporting you.
Too busy buying.
You buy Windlace
wards,
and you
know.
buy Infused Raindrop and you have a slot, Parker.
Okay. Thanks for the pro tips.
You're welcome.
Is that how I get 9k MMR buying Windlace?
But you start by buying Windlace and
Okay.
Infused Raindrop.
All right, so again, we're going to see Febby farming it up in the off lane. They're going to send Axe 1v1
Oh,
against
that's
the
why
Void.
he has the Ring of Protection.
Yes, that is why he has the fighting items, the laying items, and also why Febby has the Windlace, so he can get the hell away from a Huskar who's trying to
First
burn
blood!
Experience down.
So you can try lane with
First
Enchantress,
blood!
Oracle, Draw.
Gods were
Against
right
Huskar
to
lane.
place their trust in me.
Risky?
Very risky though, like, okay, someone's lane.
Yeah. It's the full
no.
surround with the disruption even. Not that they even needed the surround, but
Like
with
you
the
said,
arrow.
they have to wait for the creeps to get there. Enchantress is still busy behind getting the creeps. That is just really, really big misplay again for MVP there. Not understanding that once you get the disrupt
Dire's
off,
middle
whoever
tower
is
is under
caught
attack.
just instantly dies.
It's game 3 as well. It's a really tense game.
Yep.
Pretty sure nerves are going to be a factor now.
But
Teams
mid
knowing that
lane
they
for
might
Mineski though, Alchemist against Visage, I think Alchemist should be A-okay. Acid Spray,
It's similar to what we had in game 1 where I think both will just farm. Get some CS there.
I think Alchemist might even get more farm or disruption. Arrow, no creeps. Oh god, you missed!
It was too far or too late on the arrow.
Probably going to die anyway.
Killing spree! Double kill! Double kill!
Who's more instead? Febby?
You did your best.
Be alive for a little bit longer. He does finally drop it now. The Oracle goes for a turn to the blocks
the
from the
creeps.
creeps. Can they
Creeps.
kill him? They can't get it. So close. The creeps, they do finally get it with the Enchantress. All of a sudden you've got the Mirana trying to run away. And a fight kills the creep with the arrow. Very nice
Nice.
kill.
He has no mana for leap though.
Shadow Demon's coming though, he's fine.
Don't.
Creep if you got Enchantress.
Arrow, right?
No mana.
The illusions though could do a lot of damage here.
Should we just edge the Shadow Poison?
Like, yeah,
Trying to
be
shoot.
forward too.
Let's try mate.
Very nice.
We'll take that.
Was
Invisibility.
it like what, 2 for 2? 2 for 3?
2 for 3? Yeah, all 3 MVP heroes died in the end, and Mineski lost 2, including the Huskar.
That's an aggressive tri lane. You've got to be concerned now for MVP.
Oh, on the other hand, wait, he's on even farm with Void. I was expecting him to be ahead. This lane, his lane is pretty much Axe favored, Void versus Axe here. Not much the Void can do to pressure the Axe, but Axe can always pose a threat against the Void in the lane.
Perfect. Just fine for now.
Even CS is a win for the Void.
Yeah. Mid lane, rotations coming in, it's a smoke up and will be an Invis Mirana.
He's
of
trying
all
to kill the
things.
creep!
Oh, doesn't get it. Gets the Oracle instead.
Yeah, but still, if Mineski secure their lanes, they have much better scaling with their heroes. So going into mid lane game, they're going to be far more comfortable compared to MVP.
It's still
MVP
that-
has to do a lot more work here.
Yeah, it's still going to be that Drow Visage mid game though, where there's like
They're tipping the draw down though. They're like, we're
Top
done,
lane
we're
is-
done in top lane, we're not going to do much.
Axe, get your Iron Talon, bro. It's time. You've been relocated to the jungle.
Sorry,
We got a downside, say MVP.
And this early game for MVP is really, really not good.
Alka's
middle
gone
lane.
up very deep in this lane. Soul Assumption is there, and
They're still farming creeps.
Dire's middle tower is
He got
under
that
attack.
last hit before he died, Parker.
Yeah.
That's some efficiency.
worth it. Kyo, one step close to his level 6.
And they're moving towards the Drow Ranger with the 2 supports. They really want to keep her down. Can they actually find her? No, they're going to find the Axe instead?
Undecided, yeah, it looks like the Axe is full HP though, so
Drow is the easier carry. They're going bottom lane. They're running bottom lane. They might run into the Oracle first.
you become
Dubu, well positioned to perhaps prevent this smoke gank. He's going to get disrupted up. Drow, meanwhile, was looking for the void, but Dubu, he's done for.
Once again, good rotations by Mineski. They're understanding that they're already winning top lane, so the supports are free to roam. Huskar is fine by himself on top. Axe is not going to be able to do anything, so you move around and try to win the other lanes as well. You don't just sit statically and pull and try to get more experience. It's much better to move after you have won already your safe lane and to pressure the other lanes.
Oh, they might lose the Visage. Supports are sticking around the jungle.
And try to find as well. Might get in the mid lane, all 6 heroes.
Depends if they run into melee.
Rage Potato, he's wary of the gank coming from above.
They're trying to go for Kyo here. The supports are there. They go for the disruption,
great
get the arrow onto that Visage. She's going to go down. Although Alchemist might die in the meantime, dies to the axe, and now the supports actually going to have the Mirana slowed down, ensnared. Does actually get disjointed. The Enchantress by herself sandwiched in. Gonna be with the
They
Void.
have Chronosphere here.
Do they commit it though? There's not enough follow-up here with just the Void.
Really nice arrow there. Didn't have to use the disruption to set it up, just landed it perfectly to get the kill on Kyo. Still a 1-for-1 trade though.
They are still going to be facing a Huskar problem soon. free farm Husker. Armlet, in the next few minutes, gonna be, apart from the armlet, you still want your levels on your passive before you start moving to fight. So the next few minutes is gonna be really crucial for MVP. Can they get more out of the early game with their heroes before the Husker comes online?
The passive is nice, but there's actually very little magic damage coming out of
Birth
it.
is a promise. Death, its fulfillment.
Oracle is a lot of spell damage.
The Drow is here, so she's going to apply a little bit of
Arrow?
damage to the Void and does
There's
not
a
get...
gust. The Void needs to be careful. Okay, the damage not really
Yeah.
there. No, as I say that.
It is just a Drow. By herself, she's not killing that. The Void.
Still a lone pick-off with the Chronosphere committed, but
Still a pretty good pick-off. Whenever you have Chronosphere, you want to just use it. In the early game, you want to just use it, put it on cooldown, then go back to farming. Like some players tend to always stick in the lane, even when you have Chrono to farm. I think it's always
Radiant's
best
middle
that
tower is
once
under
you get
attack.
Chronosphere, you try to use it, and then once you put it on cooldown, then you go back to farming.
They're going to try and go onto the Axe here. Not Axe, the Husker.
things have come out though, so leave Miracle very
Does
wary.
he have his armlet yet?
No, not yet.
On Korea maybe, but
He should be close, though, pretty close to his armlet.
yeah.
That's...
It's a bit of a 2,000 gold lead now for Mineski. Very decent start for them considering we're only 7 minutes into this game.
Still, the Husker problem is going to come like in the next few minutes. MVP has to be.
That force field
ready
leads me to believe that
address
Dire
issue.
just fortified
They
their
do
structure.
have quite good heroes against the Husker. A lot of physical damage. from the
Oh
ground.
jeez, Morty, they're going after
From
Dire's bottom tower.
Surge. But it's not only the Husker, you know, it's a problem. The Alchemist free farming is also another problem. Void
Oh
is still
boy,
getting
Dire's
decent
middle
farm.
tower is under
Like
attack.
every core on Mineski is getting farmed.
What's the matter with you? You just
Talking
Dire's
Alchemist
bottom
getting
tower's
farmed, leading the way. That's
destroyed.
only going to continue to get worse. He has gone for Tread, so it's a more early game oriented build from the Alchemist.
I mean, they realize they don't have to be greedy this game. Their lineup itself is already more greedy than MVP's lineup. All they need to do is survive.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Live through that phase of the game, go into the mid game with their heroes, they're gonna be fine. Disrupt onto
Oh,
Kyo.
Kyo is going to die here, maybe. But Arrow can land.
Great
Oh,
position.
Oh, Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower is
Movement
under
speed.
attack.
Not enough. Oh, he
Oh,
dies.
Dire's
Nice
bottom
deployment.
tower is under
There
attack.
we go. That's the kill they were looking for.
We'll take
Oracle's
that.
there, just goes for it and stare into the Alchemist.
Oh,
and
Radiant's
Alchemist
top
spots the ult.
tower is under attack.
Lost one of his birds.
Radiant
Yeah, that
just
is
fortified
really, really
their
bad in the early game.
structures.
Like,
You know what I'm
lose your
talking
birds.
about?
He doesn't have a resummon currently, so
That is a big loss for Kyo.
there's the armlet for Husker. So coming at 8 minutes into this game, Miracle likely to start joining up with his team, taking some fights now. So we'll see him pick up a TP scroll.
You still want to feel more levels. Ideally, like you fight around Armlet plus around level
Dire's
9,
middle tower is
level
under
10.
attack.
But
Looks
he's
like
more than
Dire's
ready to fight with
structures
the
are
Armlet.
fortified.
The enemy dives the tower, tries to force a fight elsewhere. And with the Alchemist, like you mentioned, going for the power.
Dire's
kills,
middle
it
tower
really
just
means
took a
that
big
Mineski are just
beating.
Trying
It's
to
gone.
get all the items they need, all small items.
My
Like,
sprites are yes.
if MVP does not do anything in the next few minutes, then it's
Death
very difficult fight.
with honor.
Power last hit going the way of MVP.
Killing spree!
Will be blocked by Ryzen, who takes it for Kyo. Kyo can turn and fight this one, has a solar summon kill Chrono on 3. The damage is not quite there to kill the Enchantress yet. In goes Miracle, diving deep. Well, that's
Dire's
heavy.
top tower is under
Couple
attack.
of burning spears, and it looks like we'll see Drow fall and 3 dead on the side of MVP.
That was
Still
a
going
big
in.
Chrono by R. Can he get a bash as well?
Oh, no bash. Oh, the
Oh,
call.
the call is there.
Oh,
Miracle.
can they kill him? Oh, the axe.
Velo
Just
paid
cuts
for
him
this with his
down.
life.
But it's 4
Still.
for 2, though.
Husker did his job. Teamfight won.
What a Chronosphere coming out. Mineski's Ara there.
I
So
mean,
overall, though,
that was just
win for the
MVP
rest.
had to win that fight to be able to continuously pressure with their heroes. That was a big, big loss for MVP there, losing that fight.
they lost all their important cores, too. Which slows down their progression. No one really farming in any of the other
They're
side
just
lanes.
gonna run again into the enemy after Chronosphere is down. They have no choice, I think. If they do not get anything out of the game in the next few minutes, they're just gonna outright lose the game.
Looks like they're going to be heading up top. They see the Alk. They will slow him down.
It's not
Oracle
an
is
easy
there.
kill though.
Oh,
That's
Radiant's
Armlet.
top
They can't
tower is
really
under
kill him.
attack.
They can slow him down, but
These
that's
two
going to be
heroes.
it.
Oh my god.
Wrong Visage, meanwhile. Down. Looks like he got caught out at the top lane by the...
He got Husker Parker.
Yeah,
Husker.
he got Husker. And he's going to lose a familiar. Oh boy.
That's a lot of
I think
gold.
that was after probably a recent resummon too.
Oh, that. That is
Radiant's
once
middle
again,
tower is
early game
under
losing
attack.
birds like this. Absolutely terrible for the Visage.
Playing without Revenants as Visage is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And that was a timing window that they should have capitalized as well. Chronosphere down, they wanted to take a fight, they smoked up. They found the Alchemist but couldn't make a first move on him because Axe was, for some reason wasn't there with the smoke. And right now Chronosphere is coming back online. So Mineski is once again strong with all their spells up and you don't have birds on Cure. So how are you going to take a fight right now? And they have to take a fight.
I mean, the Axe Blink is the main tool they have as far as initiating in, but follow-up damage is not all that impressive.
Dire's top
do not
tower
even
is
have
under
to put this
attack.
on the Enchantress, I think. Enchantress is like level 5.
You're right about that, and we'll see
This is-
Mineski with Chrono coming back up.
Dire's
smoke up
top
and-
tower is
I
under
can see them
attack.
trying to make one more play with the next cooldown on the Familiars. If they don't get another play, the game will just slip away from MVP.
Night Shadow used, and
25 seconds until they have the next Familiars. And Husker is running all the way down to just get this Visage.
find something in the Radiant jungle. Axe nearby, but Mineski not gonna find something
But if
immediate.
they get him, this will be bad.
Oh no. He tries to go for the Grave Chill, but
Nature attend us.
arrow, Starfall, actually got the Gust just teaming in Bebby.
Here's the Husker on the side.
Alk is pretty tanky. Oh, there we go. There's Velo with the call. That's going to be the Alk going down. Remember, the
Radiant's
Alk
top tower
topples.
is under
Oh,
attack.
can he live for a little bit longer? Looks like he actually will be in the meantime.
Oh,
in the
great.
backline,
You know
the
what? We
Alk,
just
the
got
Husker
rid-
dropping
we
very
just
low.
got a player
Bebby doing
disconnecting
very,
on
very
us.
well with the Gust. Able to keep himself alive. The Husker after the conflict. They will go for a slow onto the Husker. Goes for a jump. He does die instantly. Chrono is there coming out from Void. Catches out too. They probably will be getting that better.
Oh,
Visage
Radiant's
does go
top
down.
tower is under
All of a sudden
attack.
they get the call off, and now it's going to end up being a 3 for 2. Might be the Alk as well if there's some sort of chase coming out from MVP.
Oh,
Can they
Radiant's
get him?
top
Looks like
tower
they
is under
can't win
attack.
forward from the Axe, but no. It's a raged Alchemist. All in all, ends up being 2 for 3.
Still not good enough for MVP though, despite Mineski there making a mistake. He wasn't able to get his Chronosphere down when he jumped in. He got silenced by the Drow. And MVP, because of that, somehow managed to turn the fight around after the Chronosphere coming really, really late in the fight. But still, you want to be in a much better position at this point of the game with your lineup as MVP.
Not getting the Axe dunk early on in the fight against Alchemist really cost them.
Just look at even his build. He didn't even max previous grade. They just understand that if we can survive this stage of the game, fight.
Come on, sprites.
We're just gonna outright win the game.
And their plan isn't even to survive this stage.
They're
They
fighting.
take fights. Yeah, they're actively looking for fights.
Arrow.
Oh, the creep.
Nice play.
Can he still get out? It's
Yeah.
now stun.
Oh, there's a stun.
Nice.
Just like
Could've
his
been doing your
Konka,
play,
you know,
but-
good torrents that
Yeah, they're not game-winning plays. You do something a little flashy, but
Dire's bottom tower is under
Harry
attack.
by himself here.
Ooh, Dire, you gotta fortify them, their structures. Good work. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under
One of the
attack.
classic QA heroes,
Get with
this is
it.
okay, but this is a Visage. A hero that
this-
does
this-
not have
this-
Oh,
Yeah,
Radiant's
right now
top
it's just
tower is under attack.
almost over for MVP unless they somehow find an opening. They need to be able to take a fight.
You win one fight, it is
Oh,
still a
boy,
joust match,
Dire's
so you
bottom
push
tower's getting
multiple
hit.
towers in quick succession.
Oh, Radiant's top
But it's
tower
good
is
fight.
destroyed.
That's what I
call
call the fight.
teamwork.
Yes, in this game, like the last game, I could see it still happening for them, but this game, even with the perfect initiation from the Axe, there's still 3 farm cores to deal with. Like, look at how big the Alchemist is right now in 14 minutes in the game.
Yeah. This is shaping up to be a good Alchemist game. The Raging Potato. Relic already online, and the Radiant's not far off.
That Radiance is going to hurt so
Where are
much
you
for
going?
MVP as well. All their heroes are relatively squishy.
The miss chance for against the Impetus and the Drow will be big. Velo going in here with the call, gonna get a free pick off.
They'll take that. They're ready to...
Oh, they'll take anything they get right now in their
Whoa,
position.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Tower
attack.
now,
Dire's
looking at
bottom
the
tower
precision
just
aura
got
familiars that can
destroyed.
push.
It's looking for a jump call, but no one's stepping too far forward.
Yeah, showing a lot of respect towards that MVP initiation. This is
At least MVP's starting to get some gold now, though. They're slowly chipping away at the towers, so not
those
everything
little
is
rascals
lost.
are
The
hitting
game is still
Dyer's
not
bottom
won yet.
tower.
Victor, what would you say that
Oh,
MVP is
Radiant's
looking
top
at now?
tower is under attack!
Doing what they're doing, try to get towers, pick off into towers, and then Roshan at some point. But they need to be very cautious because the Husker...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
At this stage of the game, man. They're going to be able to take a good fight if they get a good chrono.
This is the fight they want to see. Oh,
Killing spree!
well, the Drow breaks it. They know they're right around. Arrow thrown out, but not going to catch anyone. The Bird's going to try and scout out the water there. They will see the core connect only onto one. The Chrono, they're going to connect onto two. Maybe. Oh dear, they're caught out two. That's going to be both of them going down. Drow and the Visage. Sudi actually gets hit with the ultimate, so he lives for a little bit longer, but that's going to be the entire team of MVP dropping very shortly. Only one dead so far for Mineski. Mirana's still trying to run away. Might have been a casualty herself, but she's going to get out safely.
Once
Axe
again,
lives, but 4 down.
Big chrono from Ara that he actually caught 3 heroes. Oracle caught at the edge of the sphere as well. So brilliant chrono by Ara once again, winning his team that fight.
Boy, do you know that Roshan guy that just got killed by Dyer? He owed me money. Middle tower is under attack.
A familiar for good measure as well.
Axe is trying to... They have to try and do something with the Axe here.
Mirana's very low. Not going to get there in time. Axe will blink backwards, not looking to give away another kill to follow this up. But now you're looking at a Husker with an Aegis. These next fights. It's not even really the Husker who's the big problem. He's the third as far as net worth goes on the Mineski side.
I mean, like I said, all the 3 cores are a problem. The Void, the Alchemist, everyone is just very farm at this stage of the game for them. The situation for Void has been so far perfect for his team. Like once you go in with the Axe, you call a target, you don't finish the target, the Void comes in, chronos the backline, and the fight is pretty much over. 2 fights in a row, that has happened. They do not have like enough instant burst to actually allow the Axe to get a quick dunk off. I mean, with the blink, it's just gonna make sure that he's always gonna get that big chrono behind enemy lines. Because the way MVP is gonna be playing, they're going to be overly reliant on Axe played by Velo to initiate. And Void, all he needs to do is just wait for the initiation to come, make sure he doesn't get jumped, and he chronos the backline, and the fight will be over.
Radiant's middle tower is under
MVP
attack.
could just sit back and do nothing.
They have to
though,
try.
At the same time, yeah.
They don't have a choice.
They're fighting into an Aegis as well, but it's not a game they can easily just drag out and expect to win. Their late game
Radiant's middle
does not
tower
match
is under
up
attack.
well at all.
Man, you might as well save that energy because Radiant just fortified their
Make
structures.
the next move. Smoked up around this
Radiant's
big
middle
lane.
tower is under
With an Aegis
attack.
Husker.
And look
Dyer's
at,
top
look at the
tower is
Husker,
under
he's
attack.
like just trying to show himself mid, and his team is smoked up, trying to set up top.
Well, you can even TP to that T1 tower.
Dyer's top tower is
Everybody's
under
like,
attack.
Oh, they're behind the Husker. Oh wait. So they're reading the situation well.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Axes, please!
But they do have 2 coming in from the top here for Mineski. They're going to try and go for a save, and the Chrono is going to be there to
Jeez,
cancel
Radiant's
the TP.
middle tower just
They
got
did not want to
wrecked.
walk into that. Febby, meanwhile...
Not my
yes,
problem, but
Febby gonna
Dyer's
go
top
down here
tower
by
is
Mineski.
well. Boy,
He
this is
is
a
not
pretty
nothing.
fantastic.
Oh,
Radiant's
that's
top
what
tower
I'm
is
doing
under
here.
attack. Yeah, you said it, Rick.
Was going to get called out, but...
Like Winter said,
Killing
Radiant's middle
spree!
tower is under
Axes,
attack.
was
please!
actually alone, but they needed to just get out as soon as they took the Aegis because they could not stick around.
Oh man, what?
All
Get
the
up on
arrow
out of here,
rotation.
because Radiant just fortified.
Moving
Radiant's
aside.
middle tower is under attack.
Evangelizing.
MVP Phoenix.
It's like the previous 2 games, MVP were the ones to control the tempo of the game. This game, completely different to Mineski that's been controlling the tempo.
This is why I'm not convinced with
Killing spree!
I didn't say I was convinced by it. I just said it was going to happen.
You were really like excited about it.
Meantime, there's actually going to be a Husker jumping onto Kyo, and the Husker, he will take him down. He's actually taking a lot of damage. He does drop down as well. And Chandra's going to be looking for more. We do have the Faceless Boy trying to run away. The Call will be there. They will catch another. It's a Shadow Demon. That's 2 kills for MVP. They lost Kyo, but considering how far behind they are, though, those kills give them quite a bit of gold.
Yeah, it does. Like every kill like this gives them a lot of gold. But again, like if you look at the big kills, they're just so far behind based on composition, based on their lineup, based on everything they have right now.
Yeah, Mirana could even build into an Ag Scepter if you want to scale even better into the late game for Mineski.
Illusion!
Ooh,
Another kill.
that's the Alchemist as well.
That always happens to raging for that goal when they are ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw it a bit last game, where sometimes get a bit overconfident.
Wait up.
Too greedy for that
Oh
bounty.
boy,
when
Dire's
it's
middle
outside.
tower
I
is
would have
under
liked
attack.
to see. There we go. Total gold. 2k gold from an alchemist.
You got the
Shadows take us.
We all owe a life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think I wasn't fond of you.
Not quite worth it, but it wasn't as bad as those numbers.
Oh,
Oh no, they found
Oh
another
boy,
one.
Dire's middle tower is
Oh,
under
and
attack.
Mineski getting a little bit complacent with
All
their
right.
positioning.
This is still a game, say MVP, and with those 2 heroes dead, this is at
Huh,
least a T2
Dire's
tower.
middle tower.
It's
When are
gone.
these people
What
gonna learn?
a break
When are
of
these people gonna learn,
concentration
Morty?
Coming out from the
another kill
Filipino
maybe?
squad.
You might be able to find the SD here. Oh my gosh, like the last 1 minute itself has been super sloppy by Mineski.
I'll say the one good quality about MVP is even though they're behind, they're still always exerting pressure. They're still
They
looking
have
for
to,
something.
they don't have a choice, that's
They-
how they have to play their lineup.
Of course they have to, but I love that they're like this. That they don't play defensive. They don't get scared. They don't wait for high ground. So maybe this could be the ticket for them to come back. It just depends on whether Mineski gives them openings.
It's still going to be
right?
hard, and their
Yeah.
fate right now rests in Mineski's hands. More or less. Mineski has to make a very bad mistake in the next few minutes again to allow MVP to have a chance in this game.
So Winter, with this Visage pick for MVP, would you consider maybe prioritizing the Enchantress instead of the Visage for farm now?
Both of the heroes need farm though.
But who do you think will be the more important one?
I don't know. Hey! Both of them need a lot of farm to be relevant right now in this situation.
Radiant's bottom
Like,
tower
even
is
if
under
you
attack.
Try to give Enchantress more farm and people under farm Visage, you're still going to be in trouble, and vice versa. So I think both of the heroes need
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is
Way
under
to go.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is completely gone. Jeez, man, they're getting whooped.
A lot of Mineski heroes in the jungle.
Oh, if he gets the void,
No, he doesn't get him. He did pop the call. And all of a sudden, here comes an axe. He wants to try. An alchemist wants to jump onto the axe, but the jump is there from
Axes
Miracle.
pleased.
And it looks like there's going to be a lot of Enchantress and Penish shots. They had to
Radiant's
pop the
middle
destruction
tower is
onto
under attack.
The Husker. He was very, very low. His backside's Chronosphere, though. Going to catch on to Bellow. Can they get him, though? Looks like they should be able to. No, he's still in Fizz. His
And they killed the Husker meanwhile. This is doing okay for now. The Barada dead as well, but Mineski have somehow been outplayed by this
Double
Shadow Blade
kill.
on the
Dubu, though,
axe.
stuck with RR in the tree line.
Dire's
He's going to be
top
going
tower's
down.
under
That's going to
attack.
be a dead Oracle. And then, oh, here
comes
comes.
Alki.
That's the Alki. Oh god, they just burn. Visage going down.
Dire's top tower's
Enchantress
under
going to be
attack.
slowly cooked in an oven, but Alki going to finish this off very shortly. There we go. There's the stun. Ryzen sent back to the oven.
I mean, that was just like the Void, not with the other team. Like the rest of the team was getting run down by the Ench, and the Void chose to chrono the Axe alone, but he didn't
Radiant's
even get the
bottom
kill.
tower
And the
is
chrono
under
was on
attack.
the other side of the fight. I think it would have been a very straightforward fight for Mineski there.
I would say the good thing though is that even though MVP loses that fight, there was no huge losses in terms of towers.
Yeah, but that only happened because Mineski messed up. If they
Yeah.
did not mess up the fight, they got the chrono on the right targets there. He could have chronoed like the Ench and the Oracle behind and just get 2 easy kills on the supports, but he chose to go for the Axe and he didn't even get the kill. And his teammates died because of that. The Husker was left alone. You have to pay more attention to the Husker in this kind of game where you don't have a Dazzle or Oracle to save him. Chronospheres just need to be on the on the Husker when he's getting focused, and the fight will just be over.
Up now and finish the offering core.
Take us.
Level 18.
Winter not really happy about this build.
What
You
build?
made a noise. You don't like Alchemist Octarine?
No, just Arcane. I just said
Okay,
Arcane.
okay. I was gonna say.
Shot.
Oh.
Off with your head, Jules. The Mineski
Nice, okay.
pickoffs, well, getting picked off continues.
This shouldn't really be happening though. Mineski, they've had a good run so far. They shouldn't be giving these small kills away to MVP.
But they always do it.
They
Like,
always
it's like,
do. It's a team characteristic. With the good comes the bad.
I see it as a team that doesn't have a very solid captain where you make sure that your teammates don't run around alone. Like some players as captains, they would yell at their teammates every time when their teammates wander off alone. That's why certain teams are much more disciplined when you compare it to
Dire's top
others.
tower is under attack.
Like a team captain by, say, Xiao8 would be really, really disciplined in movements like this.
Dire's top tower's fallen.
Familiars, 3 of them now with the Aghanim Scepter. Just level 2, but a lot of pushing potential coming out from this MVP side. see the tier 2 tower melt, but Mineski will be in position to defend the high get round, you've got to imagine.
Drought also finished up the Aghanim Scepter, so there's going to be the split shot. Drow Ranger.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The
attack!
Tesla Ranger. You see the Maelstrom coming out as well. Definitely not over yet for MVP.
Dire's top tower
Showing
is
some
done
resilience.
for.
You can see one of the nice interactions here with the Enchantress, being able to steal those Alchemist Manta illusions. Turn them around on Mineski. And that's a tier 3 tower dead. Familiars. No joke with Precision Aura.
Interesting, Mineski not really wanting to defend that.
It's weird, you look at the net worth and you see this out, 23k net worth. Before that tower fell, no one was even 10k on the side of MVP, but it's MVP who remain the aggressors. They're the ones pushing forward.
Miracle was bottom, but he just TP'd back into the base, so it looks like they want to at least have some revenge after that tower drops. They're looking, but you can see where MVP is. They're all in relatively safe positions, so they
Double damage!
It's a smoke from the deep on the Mineski side of the map, but
DD plus Roshan. Is there Roshan?
yeah, there is. It was a very early Roche respawn.
Max is nearby though. Does he smell this? Oh, Mirana's going to scout him out.
They have a gem on
There,
SD though.
yeah. Old sentry. Halo.
They're thinking about it.
I mean, Mirana could have started attacking, but they needed
Oh! Roshan fallen to the Dire!
casual arrow miss. Still
So
hard
everyone-
to contest this.
Come and
This
get
will
it.
kill off
They dropped the
incredibly
scan.
fast.
They know they're
MVP's
coming.
converging.
As was promised.
Goal
Exactly!
from MVP. Maybe is still engaged.
Oh, they've got one in the call.
It's the Void.
Can they kill him? They get him, but he gets hit with the arrow. I don't think they're going to engage into this. They'll let it go. Still a Void though. It's going to be a lot of gold.
And they can take. What is there? I guess outer towers have all dropped.
Radiant's
so
middle tower is under
towers ready
attack!
To take for MVP.
Oh jeez, Morty, they're going after Dire's
That's
bottom
really
tower!
good.
Oh, Radiant's middle tower is
Toast
destroyed!
Malone.
Oh, Dire, you gotta fortify them, their structures. Good work.
Seems like maybe fatigue could be settling in. We've had a really long best of 3 series
They're
so
just
far.
not disciplined. Yeah, as I know, it always happens to this league.
Need a coach.
They need someone to yell at them.
Something yell at them.
Yeah, it's true. You know when.
That's the manager's job, but the manager
No, it's
can't
not the
play with
manager's
it.
job. It's when in the game you need someone
Oh,
to
in the
keep
game.
everyone get their shit together. You know, stop making movements like this, getting kicked off. Someone has to do it for the team to be disciplined.
Oh, they actually found him in the tree line. He wanted to TP, but can they get him? Can anyone get in there?
Shadow Blade, but the sentry.
There you go,
yeah,
leap
there
it.
we go.
Oh, actually, Mirana took a lot of damage.
Tekov finally going the way of Mineski. It feels like it's been some time since they've really made much happen. So find that kill and perhaps slow things down a bit. The Shiver's Guard completes the
Regeneration!
similar from Pure as he picks up a plate mail, though his may be for an assault grass. You find it interesting that the Mirana is not going into the Ag Scepter this game?
Well, they don't really need damage from the Mirana though, and maybe they feel like they have a need for someone to get a max since they do not have like the classic Dazzle Husker, Dazzle Husker or Oracle Husker. I mean, I don't think it's like a bad choice for him. This game, I can see why they want to do it. They're not losing because of that. They're just making bad
well,
mistakes.
they're winning if anything, but obviously things could be better now for Mineski as this game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily dragging on. I mean, we're still only 30 minutes in the game.
They shouldn't be worried about the game dragging on with their lineup.
Yeah.
It's just about having good execution, not getting picked off, good vision, having your wards up, get a gem like Duo Ward, and make sure that the enemy has no vision so they can't pick you off, and move together and don't take unnecessary risks when you're in a good position like this.
It's still like looking at the side of MVP, they've got 4 heroes with decent levels of farm. 3 heroes that were all above 10k, the Enchantress. About to complete an Aghanim Scepter is going to suddenly see a big boost in her damage output. This is still a late game where MVP have 4 heroes that can pack a punch.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas Mineski, they would rely probably just on the Husker and the Alchemy since the Mirana didn't have Axe, so SD isn't going to do that much damage in the team fights, and your Void has Blink and Vlads.
You can often worry a bit about Huskers falling off as the game drags on a bit.
Yep, and the Drow late game, Aghanim's plus Maelstrom.
Yeah, they've got the abundance of physical damage. It's not magical damage here for MVP. It's all physical with the Drow aura. So what's the plan here for Mineski? Looks like they can just push up top.
They should still be able to win a fight if they can initiate
Oh,
properly with,
Radiant's
like,
top
Void.
tower is under attack!
They just need a chrono on at least. I'm not asking for a 3-man chrono, 4-man chrono. At least 2
Dire's
of the
middle
heroes.
tower is
Yeah,
under
the
attack.
Two-man, like anyone, like just
Oh,
kill, because
Radiant's top
4 of their
tower
heroes
is
can
under
do damage.
attack.
As long as you get any 2 heroes in the sphere, you kill off the 2 heroes, and you protect the Huskar, you should still be able to win the fight straightforward.
What's the matter with you? You
The
just
other thing to always look
Dire's
at
bottom
as
tower's
the game goes
destroyed.
late with an Alchemist is the Ag Scepters being pulled. And that's also why Mirana doesn't need to build the Ags, is that Alc can later give her one. So decent-ish Ag Scepters to be given. The Mirana, the Shadow Demon pretty good, the Void pretty good. It is a Mineski draft that will scale across the board with the help of Alchemist.
No
Shadows,
thanks to that
take
hero, yeah?
us.
No thanks. Let's take it nice and slow. Oh, that arrow,
Very
very close.
close.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow gets popped as well. They're
Saw the
looking.
X-Blink.
Oh, get out of
Can
there.
R get the big chrono once again for his team?
Oh, Kyo might get scouted. Nope. Oh, blink down.
We'll take that.
No, not enough vision. They're not quite sure where the visage is.
There's the Aegis expiring, so Mineski unlikely to go for any kind of a high ground push here. They may just be annoying illusion pushes. We haven't really seen the Shadow Demon's disruption spam just yet, but that's something which you can always play around later on in the game. Send those Alchemist illusions to push high ground and just be annoying with.
Double damage.
Buying Aghanim.
Boy, they managed to
Behind, team fight over. They don't finish the target in front, and the fight is just instantly over after that.
Radiant's middle tower is
Just
under
efficient with
attack.
buyback. Do his best for now. Respawn's
Shadows
coming
take
fairly
us.
soon on the other 3 dead heroes, but he's got to be
To
careful.
me!
Oh, those illusions. Look what they're doing to it. They're just chopping right in.
Way to go! Radiant's bottom tower's completely gone.
But meanwhile, the TV rack mid has been claimed.
Killing spree!
Control
Oh,
the
they
game.
managed to find the Alp, but do they have the damage? Disruption? Can they buy
Radiant's
some
middle
time?
barracks.
Team is still there.
Oh, what a
He
joke.
controls the Alp is there with the stun. He's looking. He's going to hit them. The Gus gets connected. And all of a sudden, Visage trying to run away,
Man, I'm
taking a
pissed.
whole lot of
Radiant's
damage.
bottom
And
barracks
we've
are
got
gone.
Disruption
I'm
keep
pissed.
alive
Oh,
and
boy.
Drown.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, they've gone a little bit too deep. Mineski, they are in the base. They can take Raxus.
Mega kill!
Can they get 2? Just 2. They need 1 more. No, they're not going to go for it. They want to retreat now. Look at this Enchantress just hammering into the Alchemist. Oh my goodness. Huo gets ripped to shreds. And look at this Alchemist. He's at full HP. He's running at Febby. And he's... No,
Perhaps
Febby.
to seal the game.
Radiant's middle tower just
Mineski
got
have
wrecked.
found the last
Get
2
some.
living heroes. As I say that, Void almost starts to count as well.
A hero dies
Enchantress escaping here for
find
now.
himself.
This is probably going to be
Jeez,
it.
Radiant's
No
middle tower
buybacks
just got
left
wrecked.
on MVP. Their T4s are going out. Oh, Velo might get 1. He gets 1. He loses himself 2 though.
An immediate buyback. They're going for the throne here. MVP have no answers left. It looks like they're done for. Mineski with the best of 3 of the 2. In
The
by
wall may now
Fnatic and MVP.
I'll do better this
Double
time.
kill!
Less MVP can do it sure does not look like it.
Falca's slowly hitting on the ankles, but he wants a bit of the
Hey,
action.
just
Look
so
how
Radiant's
Reaper's done.
under
He's dying yet again. He'll get 1 kill on the Huskar. Look at Enchantress that ball back in Q is here as well, but looks like at this point Mineski get a hammer on the Ancient just to secure their victory. They are going through the winner's bracket.
Strong showing.